Hello, everybody. This is Ariella Yeager, and today I will be going through our conversion tracking reporting or Enfusen. So the first thing you're going to want to do if you're in dashboard, make sure your business is up at the top. You're going to want to navigate to analytics and then click on conversion report. So this is what the conversion report looks like once you have all your data in. The first thing I'm going to do is actually walk you through setting up conversion tracking so that way we can then look at the report. So in order to set up conversion tracking, the first thing you'll want to do is click on conversion URLs. And we already have a ton of URLs in here. We've been working with this client for over 6 years. But the first thing you'll want to do, this should be blank, you're going to want to click on tracking code. And this is the code that needs to be installed on your website so that way we can get the conversion data that will populate into our tool. So you'll simply copy and paste this tracking code into your website. If you click on instructions, it will show you the instructions. So how to install directly onto your website. If you use Google Tag Manager, you can also use that to install on your website. And if you have a WordPress site, we also have directions on that. So you're going to want to go into your website, install that tool. If for some reason you have any issues, you can click on Get Support and you can have one of our members help you with that. But yeah, you're going to want to copy and paste this onto your site. Now, once you've successfully installed this onto your site, you're going to want to click on Verify Code Working. And when you click that button, it could take a few minutes. I've seen it take upward of 5 minutes, but it will turn green and it will let you know that it is verified and our tool can now start tracking conversions. Now, after you have done that and you have properly installed, you've verified this code is on your website, you want to click on conversion URLs. And this is really important because we need to understand and give value to the URLs where conversions are happening. So let's do an example. So we have rawhide.org, which is the home page. So anytime you have a page that could lead to a conversion, it has a button to a form. It has a form. Anything like that, you want to put it in here and you want to assign it a value. Now, this is the value of that conversion. So let's say you own, this is a car donation business. You want to make sure that you put a value in. So let's say a car donation is worth $600, like our client here. Then that you want to put in that value here. So that way we can start to see ROI, and we'll get into the ROI report later. We can start to see how much value each customer is. So if you don't know the value of your customer, you need to make sure that you understand that and put in that value here. So any page that could lead to a conversion, put in here, add the value, and then if you have any thank you pages. So let's say somebody fills out your form and it leads them to a thank you page. Make sure all thank you pages get here as well, because every time that thank you page comes up, a customer gets there, that means they created a conversion, they filled out the form, they've done what you wanted them to do, and that counts as a conversion. Now, once you've added your URLs, your thank you pages, again, you don't need this many. This is a very well built out client. You could have 1 or 2 and that's definitely okay. You'll want to scroll down and click Save Global Conversion URLs and make sure to save them. Now, once you have your tracking code fully installed on your site, you have verified it's working, you have your conversion URLs and your thank you page URLs in, then we can go back to the conversion report and then you will seek data here. So as you can see, we have all this data and we break down the data by organic traffic, direct traffic, referrals, social media traffic, and paid search. So your Google AdWords. So we have those broken down here. Now, one thing you can do, you can change the date. So let's say we only wanted to look at the data for the month of December. We wanted to see what our conversions were like in December. We can do that. We can also adjust this bar graph from days. So we have it every single day. We can show weeks. So the entire December 1st through the 2nd because we're in a month. That's why it's showing that. But let's say we wanted to do November 1st to December 31st, so months November and December. We have it by week. And it will also show you by month. So we see that we have this in November and this in December. So we can see that from November to December, there was a decline in our traffic and in our conversions. And then you can also switch it from a bar graph to a line graph if you would prefer that. So that's able to as well. You can see what days you saw a lot of things on. So for instance, organic traffic was extremely high on November 19th. Maybe we want to look at November 19th and see why that is. And then you can also change it to source, which will have it here. So direct traffic, referrals, social media, paid, and organic. So those are the different ways that you can use this chart to your advantage. Change the dates, change the way the graph shows the data. You can do that as well here. And then you can do day, week, or month. Now moving down, we also have this chart that pretty much maps it out for you as well. So we see for organic, we had 42,692 visitors, which is the highest. It shows how many forms or conversions we had here, how many calls we had, and then it shows the total number of conversions. So we had 491 organic conversions, 115 direct traffic, and so forth. And then it shows our conversion rate and the value. So again, like we saw in our conversion URLs, it was $600 per URL, and this gives us the value here. So how much value we are receiving from each. And if you scroll down even farther, it shows you what specific URLs led to those conversions. And you can adjust this here. So maybe you only want to see what is giving me organic conversions. So you could click everything but organic, and it would only show you your organic URLs that are causing that. So it shows you the top. So we have our top URL that is giving us organic traffic is rawhide.org. The second is car vehicle donations. It shows you how many forms, we have calls, total conversions, our rate, and our value. And then one great feature is if you actually go to that URL and click on it, it will open up the URL profile and you can dig into that URL. So the optimization score of this URL is only 72. We know that that is giving us our second to most conversions in organic. So maybe we want to optimize this page a little bit so that way we can get even more conversions. Now, we do have a completely separate video on the URL profile. So if you have not watched that yet, we highly recommend it as it's a really large part of our tool and a great way for you to optimize your content. But I won't get into that now because we want to specifically look at the conversion report. And another thing that is good too is if, let's say we click here on car vehicle donations, if this page was not already a conversion URL. So let's say you only put in 2 URLs from your entire website that you think lead to conversions. But let's say this URL pops up and you don't have it in there. All you have to do is click add. And this one's already added, but it will add that to the conversions URLs. So that way it will automatically start tracking that as well. So that's a really great feature. So just a quick overview. Again, we have the dates you can change. We have this graphical representation. We have our chart, which gives us the actual data. And then we have the exact URLs, and you can search as well. So let's say that you specifically created this new landing page. You come into the conversion report 2 weeks after you launch that page, and you wanted to see how it's performing. You could put that page in here and get that data. The last feature I want to point out is that you can download the entire report. So whether you want an Excel or a PDF, you can download that. You can actually schedule it to give you the report weekly and monthly, so that way you don't forget. and you can actually download that report and have it with you. So that is an overview of our conversion report. If you have any questions or run into any problems, make sure to contact our support team and they would be more than happy to help you with that. Thanks so much.